A number of House Republicans, including House Republican Conference Chairwoman Liz Cheney, Republican of Wyoming, are casting doubt on the Trump campaign's claims of widespread voter fraud. I never thought I'd see the day that I'd agree with Liz Cheney. Hell must have frozen over. Cheney, the number three Republican in the House, who has at times broken with the administration on key issues, not in any good ways, said it is time for President Trump and his legal team to back up their claims of widespread voter fraud with evidence as they blanket swing states with lawsuits contesting election results showing victories for President-elect Joe Biden. America is governed by the rule of law. The president and his lawyers have made claims of criminality and widespread fraud, which they allege could impact election results, Cheney said in a statement. If they have genuine evidence of this, they are obligated to present it immediately in court and to the American people. I understand the president has filed more than 30 separate lawsuits. If he is unsatisfied with the results in those lawsuits, then the appropriate avenue is to appeal, she added. If the president cannot prove these claims or demonstrate that they would change the election result, he should fulfill his oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States by respecting the sanctity of our electoral process. So the reason this is a big deal is because Republican leadership has either done one of two things, especially McConnell. They've either been silent about directly addressing Trump's claims of fraud, or they're supporting his claim of fraud without any evidence as well. And look, Cheney is a politician that I think is much worse than Trump, because Trump at least, tried to be peaceful with North Korea and did want to get out of Syria at one point, and did talk about how being in Afghanistan for, at this point, 19 years was stupid. So she's not someone I like to any extent. And, I have a lot of Republicans I agree with on international issues like Rand Paul. But the fact that she's coming out and saying something when most of her party is not, I think, is one of the rare instances where a public statement does matter, as far as being a thing where I could say, all right, this is something you should get credit for. Especially when you remember that she's another one of those politicians that has ambitions. She wants to be the first Republican female Speaker of the House. So she is putting her political career on the line when she says, hey, show some evidence or just get out of the way and let the transition start taking place. So this doesn't excuse any of her record, but it is very important because of how everybody else is acting. God, this is insane. Me agreeing with Liz Cheney. Wow.